the year is almost gone. 2026 is flying by, and we want to make sure that we end the year where we want to be. That is why Reignite 2026 is so critically important. We are in the midst of registering for Reignite 2026, where just 10 people will be in the room, and we're down to just a few to have a real planning strategy session for how we are going to end 2026 strong. I just heard from my pastor today who was talking about how he was going to have everybody on his staff together in July to really talk about how they were going to gear up for the rest of this year. And that's what we have to do. So if you have not already, register for Reignite 26. It's happening right here in Nashville, 3 lunch and learn sessions. It is a small investment in your time and money that will pay huge dividends for how you finish the year. Register at worldclasstraining.net/grow. That's worldclasstraining.net/grow. Registration will close on July the 7th. If we get the 10 people before the 7th, it will close then because we will not exceed the number of people that we can serve in the best possible way. So it's only going to be 10. Make sure that you're in the room because we want to reignite the flame that we had in January so that we can finish 2026 running through the tape. I will see you then. Worldclasstraining.net/grow. Register right now. See you then. Hey everyone, welcome to the Leaders Lounge. As you saw, we have Reignite 26 coming up on July the 14th, 2026. Registration is going on right now. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because you already heard about it. Make sure that you register though at worldclasstraining.net/grow. That's worldclasstraining.net/grow. So today is a special day, especially really with what we're talking about with Reignite 26, because this lady has reignited her life literally and figuratively. And I'm excited to get to talk to her. She is someone who lives in Nashville, moved to Nashville, I think about 17 years ago. It looked like from her bio. She has worked in a number of different arenas, including in the prisons. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Went through a health challenge. And now, again, her life has been reignited, both figuratively and literally. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring to the stage Miss Markeisha Hayward. How are you, ma'am?
Hello, I am well, thank you. How are you, Dawn?
Good. Excellent. I'm so glad to have you. I always have to share with my audience how I meet people because I believe, I heard Michelle Obama say once, you have to keep an aperture in your life, right? Which you just stay open to what God has for you and people who he's going to bring into your life. And of course, if it doesn't work out, you need to move quickly in the other direction. But when you, but we can't stay closed off to the possibility of meeting great people. And I believe that that's what has happened to me because I've met beautiful Markeisha. I was at an event. I think the Heels on Fire was the first place we met. Was that correct?
Correct.
Yes. Okay. And so we were both awarded this Heels on Fire award, which a gentleman named Timothy here in Nashville has a great event where he recognizes women in the Nashville area who he believes are making an impact. And then Markeisha was subsequently also awarded at the event where I spoke, which is called Lights on Her. On Her. And so we saw each other again there. And so she just seems to be such a kindred spirit. And when we talked about doing the Leaders Lounge, I was like, yes, absolutely. Come on. And so, and then additionally, again, hearing about her journey, which we'll talk about in a moment, it just really further solidified uh, my desire to really want to have this conversation, because I look at you, and again, as they say, you would not know what you've been through by looking at you
Thank
at
you.
all. You know,
Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah, that just means that God is covering your
Mm,
life
mm,
every day, right? Every day.
every,
Yes, yes. So
absolutely.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, you are very welcome. So Markeisha, as I shared with you, I wanted to at first kind of take a little bit of time to walk through your journey leading up to the health challenge that
Okay.
kind of reignited your life. So I saw that you're originally from California,
Correct.
and I was extremely interested too when I read you say, you know what, just God said, hey, it's time to move. You found Tennessee, and here it is. So walk
Mm,
me through first how you decided that Tennessee was the place. First, how did you even decide? Hey, I know you said God spoke to you, but what was
yeah.
really going on in the background that made you start having those thoughts, and then what made you choose Tennessee?
Okay. Great questions. Well, to start off, I had 5 children in 7 years.
Okay,
Okay. I
I
birthed
remember you
five
telling me
children
that.
in seven
Yes.
years. I was 18 with the first. Uh, and they're now ages 30 down to 23. And I was a single mother at the time.
Okay.
And I wanted to provide a better scenery and better life for my children.
Okay.
And I had to choose a state that offered a educational program as well as a government or a state job. I needed both
Okay.
of them to take care of my
Okay.
children.
Right.
So Tennessee was the only state actually that accepted me into the teaching program at Middle Tennessee State University. I
Okay.
actually became the liaison of the Family and Consumer Sciences Department. I
Okay.
would travel everywhere speaking about the wonderful program that we have there at Middle Tennessee State. And
Okay.
I also became a correctional officer at Charles Bass Correctional Facility. So that was my job. So both
Very
of them
nice.
went hand in hand. And as my bio said, I literally packed up my 5 children, on faith and headed to Tennessee. And we've been here. We all have been here
Wow.
since.
That is
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. So, was your background in education, or
It's always been education.
so your
Always.
background has always been in education? Okay.
Yes.
So, you had done a little bit of research to find out. And the other reason I'm interested in what you're talking about right now is because you and I were just at my friend Angela's
Mm-hmm. I love her.
kickoff campaign kit. Yeah, she's a wonderful person, and she is who she said she is. So it's special for me to actually see somebody. I worked with her for over a year, really, almost 2 years
Mm-hmm.
on our alumni club. And I'm telling you, as my at the time she was my vice president, and that young lady. And I was thinking about, we're not on her, but I'm just gonna say this because the
Right.
reason I believe that the reason that God is really shining on her, the way she said, like people are just like stepping up and doing the work.
Yep.
Angela stepped up and did the work. There was no, not that you can't have pushback, but you know when you're in a volunteer situation, like we
Mm-hmm.
need people who willing workers, right?
Absolutely.
And she was beyond a willing worker. So it just really just warms my heart to see that this campaign that kind of came about serendipitously is going in the way that it is. It's magnificent to see, and she deserves all of that. So yes,
She does.
yes. So I'm so glad
She
you
does.
were there. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
she really does. Yeah, big ups. So, but yeah, so it's interested. It interests me also because when she was talking, she was really talking about the educational system and how
Yeah.
she really wants to make some changes to our educational system, making sure everybody eats, making sure that I don't have a child that's a baby anymore, so I'm not really that into the
Yeah.
voucher program.
Preschools are free and
Yeah,
university.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Preschools are free, which all is important stuff.
Of
So
course.
important work. So as the liaison, what was your role, like your day to day in that role at Middle Tennessee State?
My day to day was pretty much to travel to different states and educate other universities as to what our program was doing. We
Okay.
really wanted to get as many individuals as we possibly can to be knowledgeable about the Family and Consumer Sciences department and what we
Okay.
offer. And that's what I did. It
Okay.
was
So you were
really,
somewhat
really
of a
beautiful.
recruiter then. I'm
Pretty
sorry.
much a recruiter.
Pretty
Yeah.
much a recruiter. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So now, how did that transition to you working in the prisons?
That was actually the first job I had. I was working for the prison before I became a liaison. I was a student first at Middle Tennessee. Then I
Got
became
it.
a liaison. But prior to that, I was a correctional officer at Charles Bass facility.
Okay.
And it was
Okay.
a men's penitentiary. So it was very
Got
interesting.
you. Very interesting. So did you have a background in that area as well when you worked
I,
in when you were in Compton?
I did not. I just grew up in some areas that weren't as green, as the
Okay.
area I live in now.
Sure.
But
I got you.
I did have a lot of different experiences there and a lot of things I did not want my children to have to experience.
Okay.
That's why I
Got
had to uproot them. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I'm one who is also a not a native Nashvilleian. Similar-ish story. I was living in Chicago, and long story short, the too many Januaries got me into Nashville, and I didn't know Nashville was where I was going to pick. Someone
Mhm.
actually said to me, what about Nashville? We came and visited, and it was. I saw flowers. You're from California, so that part isn't as
Yeah, it's different.
as moving to you. But yeah, I saw flowers in December, and I was like, okay, we can do this. so, so yes, but moving and you moved across the country. I moved,
Yeah.
about 400 miles away.
Yeah.
Has its own set of challenges and opportunities. I absolutely love Nashville. It took me a few months to kind of get settled into, okay, this is what I'm doing, because I had lived in Chicago for almost
Yeah.
20 years. So what about you making that move kind of grew you up, so to speak?
Realizing that I had me, myself, and I until the end. I had to
Mm-hmm.
depend on me. All my
Yeah.
family members, my mother, my father, my aunties, my cousins, my grandmother, my grandfather, everybody is still back home today. It's only myself and my children here.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was already in the beginning a baby raising babies, as they would say, being
Yes.
I was only 18.
Right.
However, I had to grow up and put my big girl panties on, as I call it, because
Mm-hmm.
no one was going to feed my children. No one was going to love and cater to my children when
Right.
and if they were to become sick. No one was going to take them to the doctors and to the hospital. I had to do that,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Exactly.
So I really had to grow up. I was forced to. And I thank God that I did, because there's so many people in our age group and or older that still
Mm-hmm.
have not had the I guess the gift of being able to psychologically grow up.
That's
So
right.
I
That's
consider
true.
myself blessed.
Right.
It came with
Yes.
a lot of
Yes.
challenges, and
That's
again I was
true.
forced to, but
Right.
appreciate it. I definitely
Yeah.
appreciate being able to.
We get better for the journey.
Oh,
When
of
you look around
course.
and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is on me. This is me and God.
Mhm.
I know you got me, so let's go.
Mhm. And just having that strong spiritual
Yes.
relationship with our
Right.
creator, that
Right.
really assisted me, because that faith of a mustard seed is something serious. If you
Yes.
have the chance to just take a look at how tiny of a speck
Mm-hmm.
it is, and most
Mm-hmm.
times we don't have that much faith.
Oh
What
my
is wrong
goodness.
with me?
Right.
What is
That's
wrong
right.
with me? So
That's so
just
true.
holding on to my father's hand, spiritually.
Yes.
That really
Yes.
assisted me and gave me the strength that I needed, that no human being in flesh form could ever, give to me.
Isn't that something when we
Yeah,
really figure that out? And it's not even a the only word that's coming to my mind right now is a diss, but it's not to minimize the role of other people, but
of
it's really
course.
maximizing the one who is our
Absolutely.
creator and the one who really is our ultimate guide, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yes.
I love that
Yeah.
you said that. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because I did come into contact, and I still am coming into contact with great people such as yourself,
right.
beautiful people that
Mhm.
are assisting me on my
Thank
journey.
you.
And
Yeah.
I realize that we need one another. We are here for one another. I am your
Yes.
strength when you are weak, and you are mine when I am weak. And
That's
together
right.
we are a powerhouse.
That's
So
it.
I'll never uh not give props to or appreciation to those that has, really assisted me in my journey and on my journey that I'm still on.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that you said that. So you were working, doing the thing. You got your family. You're moving through life here in Tennessee, the Middle Tennessee area,
Yeah.
and something major happens with your health. And so I want to take people there.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Take us to first what I know you've walked me through like what it actually was, but
Mhm.
I want to even help the person and myself. Like, what
Okay.
alerted you that something was wrong, and then tell everybody what that thing was.
Okay. So prior to my STEMI massive heart
Uh-huh.
attack that I survived, I was
Yes.
working for the or with the Department of Safety and Homeland Security. I was working
Okay.
for USCCA, and my business is Grip of Protection Firearms and Safety Academy. So I was
Okay.
teaching men and women both how to safely and knowledgeably use a firearm, how to load the firearm, where you can
Okay.
carry your firearm safely and legally per
Okay.
reciprocity, how to load the magazine in the firearm safely,
Okay.
and just different laws that aren't spoke about amongst us. We're
Right.
normally not sitting at the table and just talking about, hey, have you cleaned your gun lately? You know,
Right.
what kind
Yeah.
of holster do you carry your firearm in? Have someone ever broken in your house before? So I was teaching firearm classes. This was even well through COVID. I
Okay.
also was teaching a refuse to be a victim class. There's so many individuals to this day that you probably even see on the cell phone, walking across the street, going into the store, getting out of their car, talking on the phone, grabbing their items, not being aware of their surroundings. So
Not
you're
paying
pretty
attention.
much making
Mm-hmm.
yourself a victim. So I was
Mm-hmm.
teaching refuse to
Mm-hmm.
be a victim courses. I also was
Mm.
working security. I know, so feminine. I was
Uh,
working security, searching men at
wow.
different hotels, different establishments, different
Okay.
clubs.
That's
And
good
I was
though.
traveling the world also during that same time. I took my oldest daughter to Dubai for her 21st birthday because I wanted to prove to her that you don't have to turn up in a club smoking hookah and drinking on an alcoholic beverage. You can
Yes.
eat fruits, vegetables, and herbs and smell
Say
these
that
things
again.
that you've never smelled before or seen
Yes.
before. We rode
Yes.
camels and I tried camel meat. She didn't. We went to the Burj
Okay.
Khalifa. We just did
Okay.
so many things, but
Right.
I was working to travel and to take all of my children, my 5 children, on these beautiful experiences.
Okay.
And I would tell myself, Don, I will sleep when I am dead.
Mm-hmm.
That was my
Mm-hmm.
theme. Such as now
Mm-hmm.
I say I love you and I need you to survive, and I mean it
Yes.
immensely.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
always say I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Right.
And
Okay.
it almost happened. December 30th, 2021, I had a massive heart attack. I actually was a gym rat prior to then, and I'm trying to become one again. I'm trying to find that gym bug that'll bite me and just say, get to the
Right.
gym every day. But I actually was working out with a couple girlfriends of mine, and my arms were numb. And I was extremely exhausted just from walking a slow pace on the treadmill. So I called my doctor the next day, got to see him. He referred me to a cardiologist. And unfortunately, that cardiologist appointment came about a week too late because I ended up suffering a massive heart attack. That heart attack was so severe to where I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. It
That's
gets a little
okay.
emotional. I try to be tough walking through it, but sometimes it does hit me a little bit. But
Absolutely. Yes.
I can get through it. But it put scar tissue through and through my heart. So I had to wear an external defibrillator. And I believe you've seen on movies before when they take the defibrillator and place it on someone's chest. And,
Yes.
if they
Yes.
go unconscious, then it's supposed to bring their heart back and cause it to beat again. Well, I had that on for almost a year. And then I received an internal defibrillator and pacemaker because due
Mm-hmm.
to the damage that took place with my heart, sometimes it'd be very, very slow and try to stop, or
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it'd be
Okay.
so fast and it would want to explode. So the pacemaker would pace it to where it'd be at a constant pace, a safe pace for me. And then a defibrillator also, which was entered in my chest, was so that not if, but when, as they stated, when I go into cardiac arrest, it will be there to bring me back. However, my heart was in such bad condition. They said that the defibrillator would not work for me. So that's what placed me on the list. But to go back, the lack of rest is something that truly, truly, truly contributed to my heart attack. The lack of
Okay.
rest. And for those that drink coffee and like also to drink uh, different
Energy drinks.
energy drinks or whatnot, they make your heart beat at a pace that causes tachycardia, an extreme fast beating of your heart makes the blood flow too fast, and it can thicken up and it can cause blockages. And you will have to take your rest, you know, based on
Yes.
your body because you weren't willing to take that rest yourself. And that
Right.
was me. So,
Yeah, your body does always tell on you. I have to go back to another part though. When you said, okay, your arms were numb, you had made the appointment for your
yep,
doctor.
yep.
Now, so when you say it came too late, did you end up passing out, or was it just by the time you went to the doctor, you had found that your heart was you were having a heart attack?
So I actually was getting my hair done at home,
Okay.
and I have GERD or head GERD, past tense, which is like a very strong type acid reflux per se.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll take omeprazole. I was taking omeprazole for years, and that's another story because omeprazole causes heart issues and causes kidney issues. But I was
Okay.
taking omeprazole for several years, and I thought that it was just bad GERD that was causing my chest to feel, a little achy, and so I
Right.
drank ginger ale, which is known in a lot of our households to cure several things.
Yes, right.
Go get some ginger ale, baby. You'll
Don't
feel
listen
better.
to right.
You
It
know,
gotta cure it. All right.
come on, sip on
Ginger
some
ale and a
ginger
good
ale.
good burp, and you should be
Right.
good. That's it.
You don't need Tylenol or nothing. Just get a ginger ale.
That's it. That's
But
it. Yeah.
unfortunately, it didn't do much for me. I took
Okay.
omeprazole, even doubled up on that. That didn't do much for me. I chewed on Tums and, still sitting there getting my hair done, telling myself this is going to pass. It's going to pass eventually. And it never did. So by the time the young lady finished my hair, my breathing became so distraught. It was as if I was trying to breathe or inhale a straw through a toothpick. And I did say that correct.
Mm.
Trying to suck a straw through a toothpick. That's how
Mm.
tight my chest had become. I
Mm.
started purging from both ends. I had cold sweats.
Mm.
Uh, it felt like several elephants were laying on my chest. I
Mm.
talked. Went to the restroom, and I was looking in the mirror actually. And two of my children were there with me. They just came back from California. I think one that week and one probably the week before that. Literally.
Okay.
So if they weren't there, I don't know if I would be here today.
Wow.
But so I'm looking in the mirror that I had across from my commode, and my daughter's in the restroom with me, and I'm smiling. Like, I know it sounds so odd, but I'm purging and I'm smiling. And I'm trying to see, how my face look. Is one side swollen?
Yeah.
Is it even? What's going on here? So I started thinking, I don't think this is a stroke because I'm not having those symptoms per what I read about strokes. And one side
Right.
isn't drooping more than the other or any of that.
Right.
And then I thought about COVID. And I never had COVID up until that time. I got COVID after I had a heart attack. from being in the
Okay.
hospital.
Wow.
And I said, it doesn't sound like COVID because I've never heard of these specific
Symptom.
side effects, symptoms.
Sure.
So
Right.
I'm like, it can't be COVID. And then I gasped and I said, oh, I'm having a heart attack. So I went
So
to the
you
bedroom,
just
finally
kind
went
of
to the,
came to the
yeah, I came to the conclusion that it was a heart attack. So I, I was fighting. Just a little message: do not ever be stubborn with your health.
oh Jesus.
Because I was so stubborn and such a strong woman, which we're
Yes.
told
Yes.
all the time, which I choose not to be called because I didn't ask to be strong. I was forced to be that.
Okay. Okay.
But however, being that stubborn, strong woman, I can get through this. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. So I'm fighting for my life rather than going to those that can assist me in preserving my life. And that's
Right.
another reason why the damage was so bad, in regards to
Wow.
my heart. So I'm in the bedroom and my daughter's trying to put my clothes on and then I'll kick them off, because I'm struggling and trying to breathe. And then I purge again all over my bed and she cleans me off on the bed. And it's just a fight. I think this is happening probably for an hour or so. Literally ignorant. So ignorant of me. Don't be like me. Be better
So
than
y'all
me,
never
people.
called 911?
Never caught. I'm still fighting. That stubborn, strong woman. And I have to put this out here because there's so many people that deal with chest pain. Hey, it's been going on for a week. It's been going on for 2 weeks. I'll be okay. So I have to put my stubbornness and my story out there so people know not to be like me. That
Yes.
version of me. The new
Yes.
version of me, I'm all right. I'm more
Okay.
mature.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
educated now. I'm wiser now. However,
Yes.
it finally we start walking to the living room because it gets too hard, just too hard to breathe, and I felt like I was just going to pass out, and my fight was getting weaker. Dawn, as I am walking to the living room, I hear something that says, "You are going to die. You are going to die." 2 times. Now, it was not writing on the wall, but it might as well have been, because when I heard that voice, I said, okay, kids, we gotta go. And that's when we went to the hospital. That's when we went to the hospital. My youngest daughter drove me. I think then she was about 19, 18, 19, got her license in California. So she took her test in California and learned how to drive those crazy roads and streets under all of that stress. And it's amazing how God prepared her to drive me in
That's
such a
right.
stressful situation and experience. To drive your mother to the hospital as she's having an active heart attack, God was preparing that baby. And
God was
then my
preparing that baby.
yeah, and my middle daughter, which just made me a grandmother. Thanks,
Okay.
sweetheart.
Okay.
She
Seriously.
actually was massaging my neck and my shoulders and my arms because I was losing blood flow. So I was getting very
Wow.
weak, very numb in a lot of areas. So she just continued to massage me. And we get to the hospital, and honey, we had a heck of a time. The nurse that took us in uh, was pretty much telling my children to hush, and I had to speak for myself. And I couldn't speak. I was hyperventilating by then. And my children said, I know my mother is having a heart attack. She's definitely having a heart attack. She needs help. She cannot speak. Finally, to fast forward, they end up putting the electrodes on me for the EKG. The doctor came in. He looked at it. He said, take her to the OR stat. So it was determined at that moment. I already knew, but versus the paperwork, that I was having a heart attack. So as they were carrying me to the OR, I'm laying on my bed and I'm crying profusely, saying, save me, I want to live. My children are not married yet, or they don't have any children yet. I'm not a grandmother. There's so much to live for. Save my life. But as soon as I got in that operating room, I promise you, something came over me that only God could provide, which is PEACE. And
Yep.
I
Yeah.
knew that I was going to be okay. Meaning, no matter which way I would have went, I'm glad I'm here. But despite which way I would have went, at that moment, I was at peace.
Surrendered.
Yeah. I would, because I knew the
Surrender.
fight was bigger than me. I
Yeah,
knew it was bigger.
exactly. Right,
Yeah.
right. Oh my goodness, that is an amazing story. I'm just sitting here like internal mouth wide open because I mean, your children, you talk about guardian angels in a real sense. That's what they were in that moment. And it, now I know
And they've
you,
been that. They've been that
girl.
ever since, Dawn.
I believe it. I believe it. It's amazing how I told my son when he was here a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I feel like the tables have turned here. I only have one, but he's like, Mama, okay, come on, get up. We about to go over here to work out. And I'm like, because growing up, I would always tell him that. I'm
Yeah.
like, now you're directing me to come work. It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
So
But
beautiful.
it's a blessing though to have your children. Yes. And so
Yeah.
I know you are so grateful for them. Don't you
Yeah.
ever, if you, and I'm guilty too, because I'm someone who's like, oh, okay, I'll wait. I don't want to go. I don't want,
Yeah.
but you just have been, you just helped me too. It's like, okay, you know
Yeah.
what? You
Yes.
need to go ahead on and go
Go.
to
Go.
last year. I mean, I just went to take my mammogram, but girl, I was so stressed out taking it.
Yeah.
I just was like,
Yeah.
it ended up being fine, but I don't know. It's something, as a bit more season. I'm like, these appointments, I'm like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
But it's,
Yeah. But
so
we have to release it. We just
we
have to
have to release it. We have to
and
release it. Yep.
yes, and personally, I would like to know rather than not to know. That's just me. But I had
Yeah.
a conversation with a male friend of mine the other day, and it was about going to the doctors. And he
Okay.
was saying, yeah, a lot of men really don't go to the doctors. Whereas if a woman has an issue, they're going to the doctor right away. And I said, yeah, that's probably why at the last minute you all are figuring out that you have certain illnesses or ailments
That's
because
right.
you have to get to the doctor. But it's a fear tactic. You are afraid and you are scared
Right.
of what you don't know. And that's how we operate as human beings. We
Yep.
dislike other people, other cultures because we
Yep.
don't understand them,
That's right.
but
So
we have to get to the point of understanding who they are, what they are about,
yeah,
and so on and
that's
so
right.
forth. And it's the
That's
same
right.
about health. We have to be
Yep.
educated and educate ourselves. So go have your annuals. If you're having
Right.
any issues, don't put that off. You're
Don't
having
put it off.
chest problems, you're coughing, you're bleeding, whatever the case
Yes.
may be, please take
Right.
care of yourself because I love
Right.
you. I need you to
And I
survive.
need you to
And I
survive.
don't
That's
want you to
right.
be like I was
That's it. That's
because it's
right.
real.
That's
And being on
yes.
two separate beds that could have potentially been my deathbed
Yes,
is
yes,
crazy,
yes, yes. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's
you
crazy.
know.
I am so glad you're here. Yeah, because
Thank
I don't
you.
even know you that well, but I love you and I need you to survive.
Oh, love you
Yes.
too, Don. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm
Yeah,
looking
we
forward to a
remember that.
lifetime of friendship, honey.
Absolutely. That's right. That's right. So,
Better know.
okay. Right. So fast forward, you made it through that. I'm gonna go to the place where now Markeisha, she's out of the hospital. It took, I think you said, a couple of years, and she was able to, because the defibrillator wasn't going to be working for the rest of her life, right? She had to get a heart transplant.
Yeah.
And so she got the heart transplant in what year?
2024, June
In
2nd.
2000.
2 years.
Okay, 2024. Okay, awesome. Just for the people, how did you know that the heart was ready? Like, do they call you? How did you know? Okay,
So we were told that we'll receive a call to stay by our phone. So it didn't
okay,
matter. It was a week that they would call us to 3 years. Any
okay,
calls that you would receive, even if they were unknown,
right.
you have to accept that call because it can be your heart. So actually, my
Mm,
birth date was May 31st. I
okay,
received the call June 1st, which I
wow.
also recorded. And I have that video. I should have shared it with you, but I'll share it with you the next time we meet.
Yes.
And it was the call stating that I had to be at the hospital within 2 hours. And then I got the heart June 2nd, the following day.
Oh my goodness. So when they, probably because hearts can't just be sitting around, right? They gotta,
No, no. They have to
okay.
extract the organs within a certain amount of time after the donor is considered deceased. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So they
Now,
gotta move
you only
quick.
have a certain window where you have to get these because, mind you, it's several different organs that
Yes,
are being
yes.
extracted from a person.
Right. Oh my goodness, that
I
is
was blessed with a
amazing.
heart.
That
Mm,
is a blessing. That's a blessing. And it's
mm,
2 years. I know. I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I am so grateful again that you
thank
got
you.
it. I didn't even know you when you needed it, when you went through the heart attack, none of that. But
Yeah,
I'm so grateful
thank
that
you.
that was delivered for you.
Same here.
Absolutely. And
Same here. And
you're
I
welcome.
received a call prior to that, and it was for a heart, but then I was told that it wasn't a good fit. So what's not spoken of, and there's a huge lack of education in regards to transplants. And
Mm-hmm.
we have to have matching blood.
Okay.
Blood type must be the same. As weird as it sounds, the dimensions of the organ has to be proper to fit inside of
Fit
the
to
cavity,
fit. I believe
because if
that.
it's too big,
Yes.
it can't fit. If it's too small, it can't fit. They have to make
Whoa.
sure that it isn't a diseased heart. There's no
Whoa.
antibodies. Some people get antibodies, but thank God I didn't, but there's so many different guidelines that they have to adhere to before you get a organ, but
Yes.
if my donor was not a donor, I don't know if we'll be here now having this interview
Yeah.
done, so
Absolutely.
on the
That
other hand,
is.
I like to press and to push individuals to become donors because
Mm-hmm.
they
And I
do
am.
save lives. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. They
Mm-hmm.
do
Yes.
save lives.
Yes. Yes. I
Yes.
have
I have
been.
a donated heart to me.
Mhm.
Just a word or just for you to hear. Hi, my name is Markeisha, and I'm living with a heart in my body that I was not born with.
Girl. What?
Like, you
Okay.
just to say it,
Say that again for the people in the back. Okay.
right?
Again, the miracle of it all is that your birthday was May 31st. They called you June
Yes.
1st. So
Yes.
you got a brand new heart in a brand new year for you. And
Yes.
so it's just like the miracle of it all is just absolutely amazing. It's
It is.
amazing. And so
It is.
I'm sure for you that causes you to, I mean, we're all grateful every morning we wake up, but I bet it's on a whole nother level for you,
Of
right?
course. Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Of
Because
course.
it's
Of
like,
course.
again, so often we take this thing called life for granted, and every day is truly a gift. And then God just granted you, like, hey, I'm going to give you a brand new heart
Yeah.
for this gift of life that I'm giving you. So, we're going to just add to it. So it's an amazing,
You're
beautiful
right.
story.
It
Beautiful story.
is. And I don't know if I shared with you, Don. I didn't want a heart. The heart.
You didn't?
The night, as strange as that sound, they say ignorance is bliss. However, May 31st, we were bringing, myself and a friend of mine was bringing in all my gifts. My children just showered me with a plethora of different gifts. So
Okay.
we made a couple runs to come upstairs and, bring in all my gifts. And I was sharing with him that I was not ready to receive a transplant. I was not ready to deal with the emotional effects of it, psychological, financial, physical. These are things that are really not spoken of often when we think about a transplant. But it is what it is. These are facts, things that we have to now deal with in our new life or our
Right.
new norm, what the physicians call
Right.
it. And, I was like, so many other people can use this heart. I'm still going to the gym. Yes, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I can't deadlift or squat what I used to, but I'm still working out. I'm still going out, and it should go to somebody that's hospitalized and that's already on life support. And the next morning, less than 10 hours later, my phone rang and God was like, when you need it, you're going to get it. So it all goes back to that statement. You may not have it when you want it,
But
but
it's
he
right
is
on time.
always on time.
On time. And when you got the call, though, you didn't think twice, like, oh, should I go?
No.
You were just like, forget what I said yesterday. I don't know what did I say yesterday? It sounds like the person said, I don't want $1 million. I'm living fine right now. It's a little tough, but
Right.
I'm living. And then it shows up. You're like, oh, I'm not
Right.
turning that down.
I changed my mind. Thank you.
Exactly. That's funny. I'm glad
My
you went ahead
attitude
and did that.
changed instantaneously.
Okay. It's like,
Yeah.
who said what?
I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, I'll be here. I'll be here. What time y'all need me? Yes. Okay, so this is already 40 minutes. Well, I could probably talk to you forever. But I'm gonna move it forward. So we got the heart. I'm gonna actually jump forward now to where you
Okay.
are currently. All right. So um now Markeisha, who is a heart transplant recipient, has now started an organization. And
Mhm.
I don't think has it fully launched yet. It seems like
I did file the 501 with the state.
okay.
I received my EIN, so I'm just waiting for the final letter. But I
Okay.
can create the bank accounts and move forward with grants or loans and support and all that good stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So perfect. So she's the founder of Heal and Grow-Nashville.
Yes.
Markeisha, tell us what this is because well, just tell us what it is, and then I'll go
Okay.
from
Thank you.
there.
Well, Heal and Grow is a support group, an in-person support group. I understand what it feels like to have support and to have that help. And it isn't only for transplantees such as myself, and it's also for caregivers, uh, providers, friends, family members, those that are interested in learning more about the process of being a living donor. Or if you already have been a donor, you can be a part of this group. And it's a safe, intimate, supportive group where we can share our stories, share information and knowledge, and heal and grow together.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
the first meeting is July 19th. It's at Drury Hotel in Nashville. And
okay.
I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, that it sounds exciting. And so through this group, will there be regular meetings or
Yes,
are there okay, so there are going to be regular meetings to support people. And when you talk about people who are particularly the those who have to take care of what are they called?
care
Healthcare,
provider,
the care
caregiver.
provider, caregivers for family members who
Mhm,
are, either aging or they may just be people who
mhm.
have certain health challenges. We know that that can be a very challenging situation, right? And sometimes people still have
Absolutely.
to work and come home and manage that type of situation. And
Mhm.
so, as you are operating Heal and Grow, are there going to be like psychotherapists
Yes.
available? Okay.
I met a young man yesterday. Actually, he is an MD psychiatrist, and his last name is Husband. He
Okay.
works out of Nashville. So, hi there. But
Okay.
actually, he is someone that I would like for myself and other individuals to take advantage of and to utilize
Okay.
his services, because
Yes.
things that aren't spoken of is a lot of people that are dealing with transplants or family members, caregivers, friends, they are coming out of their pocket financially more than they would have
Mm-hmm.
necessarily in the
Mm-hmm.
past, because
Yes.
now we have medications that we have to take in order to live,
Right.
literally. Now
Yes.
we have to eat more of certain foods and or veggies in order to sustain our
Mm-hmm.
well-being. Now we
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure that we do have a membership at a gym. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times our jobs are affected because we cannot work the lengthy jobs or what we were doing prior to. Even for the care
Mm-hmm.
providers, caregivers, they can't do what they were doing. So I
Right.
would like to be able to have a house. This
Okay.
is my dream, called the Heal and Grow House.
Okay.
And you have to be within 2 hours of the hospital where you will be receiving your heart transplant or organ transplant, period. And
Okay.
instead of staying at a hotel, you'll stay at my house at Heal and Grow
Oh,
for free. And it would
okay.
house you up to a week. And all you do is provide your food, beverages, or whatnot, but don't have to worry about all those extra fees for a hotel. I got you.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
individuals that drive down. I have great friends, Bob and Sharon Sawyers. They're up in I love you guys so much if you see this. But they're up in Kentucky. And
Okay.
Bob had a heart transplant one day after me. And they have to drive down for their appointments. First it was every other week, and then every 6 weeks, and then monthly, and now every 3 months. And I would like to provide gift cards for them. You know, if they
Nice.
have to stay in a hotel, I would like to provide gift cards for them and also be able
Yes.
to treat them to a meal so they don't have to check into the hotel and then leave and go grab something to eat. I want to bless these
Yes.
people and help these people because I had that. There's a
Yes.
young
Yes.
man named Dwayne that put together food trains for myself and for my children. And I'm getting so excited, so I'm stumbling over my words, but I thank God for
Yeah.
giving me Heal and Grow because I see it being able to help so many people out and eventually becoming this big organization that we hear of, such as Donate Life and Transplant Journey and Transplant
Hmm.
Support Groups. And I would like to be online, sharing my experiences and helping so many other people. But
Yes.
definitely, we are going to have a lot of different branches and a lot of different individuals assisting us in obtaining the help that is required to
Yeah.
live a healthy life, even at this level of being a transplantee.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
so exciting. We gotta have you in Reignite 26. I don't know how we're gonna make it happen. But
Okay.
no, because that last one about like helping with that whole blueprint piece,
Yeah.
um, which is the last session, like when you were talking about your kind of dream.
Yeah.
I always tell people, the dream becomes
Yeah.
manifested when that plan is like, whoop, you
Absolutely.
got, yeah, absolutely, because that sounds like it needs to happen. I met
It
another young lady
does.
who she had cancer. I think it was breast cancer. So
Mm.
she comes down from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, or somewhere in Kentucky to one of the hospitals here for her checkups. I think she said it's like every 6 months. So
Mhm.
to your point, if she knows about Heal and Grow, then she
Mhm.
wouldn't have to necessarily stay wherever she's staying when she comes down here for
Absolutely.
that. So yeah, no,
Absolutely.
that's such an excellent idea. It's got
Thank
that,
you.
yeah. And I see that
And I
going
see
now.
it happening. And I just want Heal and Grow
Yes.
to become a huge brand. So
Right.
looking at
Yeah.
it from a business standpoint, thinking about my mission statement, I want that mission statement to explode and to
Yeah.
be profound and to
Right.
every single thing that it needs to be to bless as many people as possible.
Right.
That's my
Exactly. Yeah.
goal. And all
Yeah.
glory will go to God. I'm just a worker bee in the
Right.
midst, of my own trials and tribulations.
Sure.
But
Right.
there's
Yeah.
still so much love to give and so much
Yes.
knowledge, so much
Hmm.
information to share. And
Hmm.
like I always tell people, use me up, but just
Right.
don't misuse
Yeah.
me. I
Yes.
want to be
Exactly.
used.
Yeah. So I'm even gonna put it on here. The Heal and Grow launch. Is it a launch event?
It is July 19th
July 19th
at
at
Drury Hotel.
July 19th at Drury
Hmm.
Hotel. What
Yeah, it's
time is it?
actually Drury Plaza Hotel, and it's the one off of Korean Veterans Boulevard in Nashville. I always
Hotel.
forget about the plaza.
What time is it?
It's from 3 to 6 p.m.
3 to 6 p.m.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. So if people want to come, they just come, or is there registration?
If there is no registration, however, if they can contact me on Facebook on my
Okay.
page at Heal and Grow, or send me a message at Markeisha Hayward on Facebook, or even call me
Okay.
615-203-2163. I'd definitely take their call, and I would love to have them there. I really would.
Okay. Okay.
Any
You all
support,
heard that.
any
So,
support would be appreciated.
and the people you're looking for are just anybody who's interested in what you're doing, or should they be caregivers? What's the
They can
audience?
be caregivers, they can be family members, they can have already received the heart transplant. I'm sorry, I keep
Okay.
saying heart, the organ transplant. They can be in the process of getting approved. So they may not be approved yet. They don't know if they're going to get it, but they can be in
Right.
the process of getting approved. They can have family members that are, or even themselves that are living donors. Maybe they donated a kidney,
Okay.
maybe they donated an eye. Maybe
Yes.
they have family members that donated different things. I was blessed to meet a woman yesterday, actually, whose son passed away a couple years back, and he donated 6 organs.
Wow. What?
So who knows how many individuals that he is still living in, literally,
Yes.
but
Yes.
anyone that just wants to come and help, or they feel like they can assist me in making my project even larger or reaching the masses even more, I appreciate it. I love. So come love on me.
Absolutely. So yes, yes, heal and grow. Everybody. I'm just trying to see what day of the week is that. That's a Sunday,
Yes, it is on a
July
Sunday.
19th. Okay, okay.
I did not
So
want to interrupt
Sunday,
the work life or have them to have to leave work early, and fight
sure.
traffic and all that stuff. So I felt Sunday
Okay,
was a pretty good day.
okay, okay. Hey, it's your world. You Sunday, July 19th, the Heal and Grow launch event at the Drury Plaza Hotel from 3 to 6 p.m. Um,
Correct.
Playback the all of the target audience people, so that you know if you are someone
Mhm.
who fits that category, or if you just want to come, as Markeisha said, and love on her. Just come out on that day, July the 19th, at the
Thank,
Drury Plaza Hotel from 3 to 6 p.m.
thank you.
Because I love your mission. This is gonna happen. It's gonna work.
I
I love it.
appreciate that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Yeah. And thank you so much for joining me today. I have a few quick rapid fire questions, and then we're going to wrap up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, who is the person, leader or otherwise, who inspires you most?
My mother.
Your mother. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
my mother.
What book have you read that helps you in your current walk?
Mother, I want to know more about you. It's a book that my son gave to me that I have to
Okay.
fill out and reflect. So
I
I'm,
never heard of that one. Okay, mother, I want to know more about you.
yeah.
Okay, all right. And last question. As a leader, if you were to think forward to where you are this time next year,
Mm.
where would that be in one sentence?
Making the world a better place, one person at a time, as we are healing and growing together.
Okay, I love it. Yes, 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 yes. Perfect, perfectly stated. Not that there's a right or wrong, but I love how you put that together. Yes, yes. Well, Markeisha Hayward, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate
Thank
you.
Thanks for
As I
having
said, I love you and I need you to survive. You put that I love you.
me. Yes.
I need
To
you to
survive.
survive. Yes, I love
Yeah. It's so catchy. It's just so catchy. But how often, again, I know that we're about to end this
uh-huh.
call, but how often do you hear those words? How often do you say those words? How
That's so
often do
true.
you read those words? And to
So
just stand in the mirror and look at yourself and say,
true.
self,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
love you.
I
I
love
need you
you.
to survive. And then
That's
on
it.
the phone call, before you hang up and say the same thing, that energy is
Yes,
going to be shared with everyone else that they speak with and that you speak with
yes,
that day.
yes. That's powerful. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I may add that other piece to. I do tell my son and my daughter-in-law I love them all the time. But that I need you to survive. That's another piece that really um, it takes the message even more
It
deeply
does.
because it talks to the value that they are in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
I love
never to give up. I need you to be here. I need
that's
you to
right.
be present
That's
because
right.
you give up today, you have
Yeah,
no idea what tomorrow has to offer for you.
that's
It's
right.
already
That's so
written,
true.
but you
That's
cannot receive that
no,
if you
that's so
choose to
true.
give up.
That's
You
right.
matter. We all matter
We
equivalently.
all matter. That's
And
true.
that's the
Yep.
message that I try to spread as much as possible.
Yeah.
I call corny and so many other things, such as potato, which we heard
That was funny. Yes, I know. That was a special room. I'm just gonna
inside
say
joke.
that we're like, oh, okay, that's different. That's but yeah,
But
yeah,
I feel if it works for you, go ahead and
yeah.
do it. Like you said, it's your world.
That's
So
right. That's
do
right.
whatever you feel best and just be the
Yes,
best at it that you possibly can.
absolutely. Every day. Every day. That's all you can do.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
it. I think I hear the little puppy. Do I hear the puppy?
Oh, you did hear him? That little
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
He was
Just like,
scratching under the door a while ago. I was like, what you
oh,
doing? I tried
okay.
to get my foot on the ground, but I didn't want you to hear.
Oh, he's probably like, wrap this thing up, lady.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in the background. I'm gonna close it out and then I'll be right back. Okay, and then we'll close out.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You're
Okay.
very welcome. Thank you. All right, everybody. So again, Markeisha's event is called Heal and Grow. The launch event is July the 19th at Drury Plaza Hotel from 3 to 6 p.m. here in Nashville, Tennessee. And if you have not already, please register for Reignite 26 today. It starts on July the 14th, 3 lunch and learn sessions to help you be your absolute best as we wrap up 2026. And I don't know if I even told everybody, but I am Dawn Marie Morris. This is the Leaders Lounge brought to you by the World Class Training Institute, where our mission is to maximize human capital. And we do that through the delivery of leadership, professional development, training, executive coaching. We are here to be your organization's partner so that your leaders are their absolute best. So please make sure to connect to us. If you have not already, like and subscribe, and we will look forward to seeing you the next time, because here at the Leaders Lounge and at the World Class Training Institute, when you are better, we're absolutely better. Take care.